Welcome, beautiful humans, to another episode of Things Your Skin has been trying to tell you that nobody in the beauty industry was ready to say out loud. You are listening to the AI avatar of Dr. Irina Lazuk, dermatologist, skin scientist, and the woman who is about to connect fragrance, your nervous system, and your skincare results in a way that will make you rethink your entire bathroom shelf. Dr. Lazuk is unavailable today because she is currently somewhere in the Moroccan desert, having accepted what was described as a brief cultural immersion experience that has since evolved into a 3 day stay with a Berber family, a camel named Gerald, and absolutely no intention of leaving early. Her last message contained the words, "The Oud here is transcendent," and a photograph of Gerald. We support this completely. So, you have the avatar. And today we are talking about something the skincare industry has been dramatically underestimating for years: your nervous system. Stay with me. Here is something true that nobody says in skincare conversations. Your skin is not just a surface, it is an organ. And it is deeply physically, biologically connected to your stress levels, your sleep, your breathing, and the baseline state of your nervous system. The same physiology that tightens your jaw when you are anxious and keeps you staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning is the same physiology that changes your skin's inflammatory baseline, disrupts your barrier, and slows down your recovery. That is not wellness speak, that is regulation. And regulation is the invisible variable behind why two people can use identical products and get completely different results. One of them is calm. One of them is running on cortisol and dry shampoo. Their skin knows the difference even when their routines are identical. This is where fragrance enters the conversation. And before you assume this is about smelling nice, it is not. Or at least that is not the interesting part. Scent is one of the fastest ways to influence your physiological state. Here is why. The olfactory system, your sense of smell, bypasses most of the cognitive filtering that other senses go through. Sound has to be processed, light has to be interpreted, but scent connects directly to the parts of your brain that manage memory, emotion, and autonomic nervous system response. That is why a single smell can instantly transport you somewhere safe, or make you tense up before you even know why, or slow your breathing without any conscious decision to do so. And breathing, as it turns out, influences inflammation, which influences your skin, which brings us directly back to dermatology via a route nobody expected. Middle Eastern fragrance culture has understood this for centuries, not as science, but as wisdom. In cultures where fragrance is ritualized, where it is not just something you spray before you leave the house, but something you layer, something that evolves throughout the day, something that marks the transition from morning to evening, from public to private, from busy to still. Scent is used as a tool for nervous system regulation, a way of telling the body, this moment is different, you can stand down now, you are safe. And safety, it turns out, is a skin benefit, one we almost never name directly. When you are chronically stressed, not dramatically stressed, just the regular modern kind of quietly running on empty, your skin becomes more reactive, more inflamed, more sensitive to inputs it would otherwise handle fine. And then people assume they need stronger skincare, more actives, more correction, when what they actually need is a calmer internal environment. Fragrance used intelligently can contribute to that, not by healing skin directly, but by improving the conditions under which skin heals itself. Here is a practical example of what this actually looks like. Think about the difference between a skincare routine you rush through, standing at the sink, phone notifications going off, half your brain somewhere else, versus one you actually slow down for. Same products, completely different experience for your skin. Why? Because in the first scenario, your body is still in go mode. You are handling your face too aggressively. You are not giving anything time to absorb. You are making impulsive additions because you noticed something in the mirror and panicked. In the second scenario, your nervous system has received a cue that this moment is intentional. You breathe differently. You touch your face more gently. You are more likely to stick with what you know works instead of grabbing three new things. A familiar grounding scent can be that cue. It tells your body the ritual is beginning, and routines that feel like rituals get followed. Routines that feel like chores get abandoned or rushed. Compliance is underrated as a skin outcome. Now, the reason Middle Eastern fragrance culture is having a genuine global moment right now, the oud, the amber, the musk, the layering practices, the houses like Amouage, the widespread obsession with oil-based attars, is not just because the scents are beautiful. It is because the philosophy underneath them is the exact opposite of everything that has burned people out. These fragrance traditions are slow. They build. They do not announce themselves immediately and then disappear. An oil-based attar sits close to the skin and warms with your body temperature and unfolds gradually over hours. That is not a product designed for instant impact. That is a product designed for longevity through patience, which, if you have been following this series at all, sounds extremely familiar. However, and this is important, we need to be grown-ups about where fragrance actually goes, because the nervous system benefits of scent do not require you to put perfume on your face. In fact, please do not put perfume on your face. The face is already managing enough. Fragrance directly on facial skin, especially formulations built for projection and longevity through heavy aroma chemicals, is one of the faster ways to create irritation and inflammation. The cultural practice is powerful. The placement must be intelligent: pulse points, wrists, neck, hair, clothing. Let the scent reach you without sitting directly on your most reactive skin. The body will do the rest. And layering does not mean more. It means depth. A soft oil close to the skin, followed by something lighter on fabric, creates a presence that lasts without overwhelming. That is exactly the principle this entire series keeps returning to. Build a calm base and let the system do the work. Here is the bigger idea underneath all of this. Longevity in skincare is not built through intensity. It is built through rhythm. When your routine has rhythm, when it feels consistent and grounding and worth returning to rather than something you are forcing yourself through, your nervous system relaxes. When your nervous system relaxes, inflammation stabilizes. When inflammation stabilizes, your skin's repair mechanisms work more predictably. That is not abstract, that is observable. We have been so focused on what we put on our skin that we have almost entirely ignored the internal environment in which the skin is trying to operate. Sleep matters. Stress matters. How you breathe during your routine matters. Whether self-care feels like support or punishment matters. Fragrance, ritual, rhythm. These are not luxuries or extras. They are inputs. And skin responds to all of its inputs, not just the ones that come in a clinical bottle. The opportunity here is not to copy an aesthetic. It is to translate the logic. Use scent to create a sense of safety, not stimulation. Use ritual to reinforce consistency, not indulgence. Use slowness, not because you have time to spare, but because your skin heals better when you are not rushing. When skincare feels grounded, people stick with it. When people stick with it, results compound. When results compound, the need for dramatic correction decreases. And that quiet, consistent, undramatic ease is what skin longevity actually looks like. Everything you just heard is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Fragrance, nervous system regulation, and skin health are all genuinely complex topics, and your specific situation deserves real professional attention. Please consult a licensed dermatologist for personalized guidance. Dr. Lazuk will be available for consultations upon her return from the Moroccan desert, Gerald permitting. May your skin always glow as brightly as your smile.